It's March 21st. This is Heads Up Weekly, Episode 1. I'm Mark Acevedo.
I'm Joel Torres, a.k.a. Joey T, a.k.a. Best Opinions in the Biz.
Yeah. And we're here with your news stories for the week and also just to talk about what we've been playing over the week. Everyone here has been playing the Division 2 like crazy. Came out last Friday. I'm loving it.
Yeah, he's loving it so much that he's not caught up to us on level.
Yeah.
I've been grinding it out with me and my brother. He's actually been grinding it out way too hard. And he's 2 levels above us. So it's kind of pissing everybody off. So now we're not going to be able to play together.
On
but
his second character?
On a second character, he has 2 characters above level 10.
It's the same shit. He can't just enjoy it with one. He's got to replay all of it.
He was supposed to keep 1 at 9 or 10 to wait for us. But then he created a second one and then went over. But besides that, Division 2... I like it a lot. It's obviously it's more division. If you don't like the first division, you're not going to like this division. It's not groundbreaking in any way, but there's definitely way more skills in the first one, I think.
I agree. It doesn't change up too much, but it streamlines it nicely. Like when I first hopped into the first division and I started playing it, I liked it, but it was a little, I don't know, I want to say like choppy, maybe.
I think the first division was kind of slow.
Yeah, not like the way you actually play.
This kind of just like throws you in there.
That's a good way of putting it. Yeah, this one kind of just like gets you in there. You know what's coming, so like they don't really like hold your hand too much. You kind of
it's like it's 2019. You know what a games of service is. Let's get it going.
Yeah, so we've been enjoying that a lot. I'm still figuring out how I want to play it. Right now I'm using the...
I was about to ask you, what skills are you using?
I'm using the plane and the...
drone?
The drone.
Or the fire shot? Or the fire whatever.
I think it's called the fire thing. The Firefly. I'm using the Firefly and I'm using the Hive, but I'm using the one that revives people.
I'm about to say, I haven't used any of those, so how do those work?
The Hive I like because I've been playing, every time I play I use matchmaking, which is another thing I like.
You use matchmaking?
I think the matchmaking's really good. Because you can either call for help when you're just free roaming, you can matchmake for your specific mission that you're on, or you can... There's like a whole menu of like either PvP or PvE stuff that you can just search. But yeah, what I was saying, so for the Hive, it's like you toss it on them and it doesn't auto-revive them. You hold R1 and it heals them to a certain point, like so they stop bleeding out, but you still have to run up to them and revive them. But you can upgrade it.
But isn't it... Okay, so I'm going to say, I thought there was one of... Because I got an ability... I don't know which I got a healing one, but I forgot which healing because
chem launcher.
Not the chem launcher, because for the chem launcher I got the one that does damage, like the acid kind of corrosive one.
Then you got the hive. You got the hive healing one.
I think I got the hive healing.
Probably.
One. Yeah, because I was thinking I was like I'm gonna need to get a healing one for when we play together.
Yeah.
So I think I picked the hive healing, but I haven't used it yet, obviously, because I've been playing solo.
But an important note, you can switch out any of them at any time.
Yeah.
It's not like you just pick them and then.
Which I like a lot.
And all
like you can literally do it mid combat, which I like.
Yeah. You can.
I've done it.
What?
You can do it mid-combat?
I mean, you're going to have a chance of getting hit because it doesn't really pause the game, but you can, while you're mid-combat, you can switch your abilities.
Like your variant or your whole ability? Because there's 6 of them.
Your whole ability.
Your whole ability.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good to know. Oh, yeah, and obviously that should be clear. I'm the lowest level of it. I'm trying to catch up so we can all play.
Yeah, I already almost have all the abilities unlocked.
Yeah.
For every single one.
I want to save mine up though because I kind of want to get like different variant. What I'm rocking is the turret and the chem launcher.
Yeah.
And I wasn't really messing with the chem launcher, but the chem launcher really works for like the yellows and purple enemies because like they have all their armor and shit, and it kind of like attacks their core health and without their armor.
Mm-hmm.
And then the turret's obviously just good because it just distracts.
The turret's always good.
The turret's
The turret is really good.
The turret is good.
I use the defense drone though.
Yeah.
The drone that blocks the bullets.
But what weapons are you rocking? You using the shotguns? I don't use shotguns.
Every time this might annoy some people who are like detail oriented. I just use whatever weapons I have that are the highest level and of the highest rarity. So if I like just got a gun that's level 6, but like its stats are all lower than my level 5 gun, but they're the same rarity, I'm still using the level 6. Almost just because I don't even want to think about it. But to be specific, I'm not using snipers because I don't like them.
I like snipers.
I don't really like the snipers.
I don't have a strong sniper.
So I've mostly been using assault rifles and shotties because assault rifles
use shotguns
because people run up on me a lot.
I know they do run.
That's the only way that I'll die.
Definitely, like the hyenas have that guy that like takes the pills.
Yeah.
But there's you see other factions, like I ran into the True Sons.
And then
they're
there's also the cars that come at you, which are annoying.
Yeah, those are annoying.
Little RC cars.
Oh yeah.
You're giving me that look for. You're like level 15. You're like, you haven't played all of it already.
He's like, yeah, they're coming mech suits at the end of the game. But I like snipers because I've been playing it solo.
Yeah.
So I use the snipers when I got because I kill all the little guys.
Yeah.
And then once I get the big target enemy, the yellow, I just try to snipe him in the fucking head, and it usually works.
That's a good point. That's probably the reason why I use shotguns too, is because when I'm playing co-op, I run up with everyone, and then people play like jackasses, so I don't have time to use a sniper in close quarters.
Does it not? It doesn't share XP. So if somebody kills,
I don't know if it shares XP or not. You share loot for a limited time.
you do share loot.
For a limited time. So like at the end of the match, if you pick up a crate and it has a gun in it, it'll say shared loot for everyone in the lobby for an hour. I don't know what that means. I don't know if it means.
Does that mean you have to go there and pick it up?
I think so, actually.
Okay.
That's probably
That makes sense.
That's probably what it means. But I mean, I've never noticed anything go away. I just pick up all the loot I get, and I've always been fine. I haven't lost anything, so I don't think there's any issues there. But one thing I will say is I like the environment more than the first one.
I like the sunniness.
I like Washington D.C. more.
Yeah.
I feel like the buildings are a little bit more defined. Like you go into cooler areas.
Yeah.
The first few episodes that we've done, I've gone into the what's the museum called with the Vietnam? Is that the American Museum?
That's the American
Yeah.
Museum.
The American Museum of Vietnam. That shit was crazy. That was
Yeah.
pretty awesome.
helicopter.
Then the one before that has like kind of like a planetarium type thing.
That's what. Yeah.
that was really cool.
There's
the
like all the
aerospace
recording
museum.
stuff in there.
And then
Yeah.
I saw Justin play later in the game, and he go to some pretty dope ass areas too.
Yeah, you go down to the area under the section that you guys are in, and then you go like to the.
Whoa! No spoilers.
God, damn, you're spoiling the whole game.
No spoilers.
It's nothing like crazy. It's not even-
Game's only been out a week. Jesus.
No, not even.
It's fine. There's nothing to spoil.
Does Manny Ortiz die at the end?
There's nothing to spoil. Is Faye Lau in it?
Faye Lau!
Faye
The
Lau.
first one, I love Faye Lau.
Is she?
No, she
I
died.
know she's not in it.
She died in the first one. I
Anything's
thought.
possible.
But anything else on the Division 2? Anything else you want to say?
Nah, I'm not gonna.
Those are first impressions. I mean, I haven't hopped into the PvP yet.
What do you think about the control points? That's new.
I like the control points. So, I mean, if we're on the subject of that, the way I've just been playing and leveling up is a tip to level up, put all your skill points into the bonus tree first. There's 5 perks that you can get. They're all passive. They give you bonus XP for like headshots, multi-kills, and all that. You won't notice it until you get out of combat. So as soon as combat ends, you'll see in the bottom left-hand side like bonus XP.
Yeah, I've noticed that because I was like, why am I not seeing it immediately?
yeah.
But at the end of combat, yeah.
But you see it at the end of combat, and then so control points are new. They're just when you're out in the world free roaming. They're just areas that are overtaken by like whatever enemy type is running that area, and once you kill enough waves of them, you'll you fight like leaders, and then
the storage
you're-
room at the end is the
Yeah.
main thing. What I like about the control points is that it kind of helps the issue of finding new loot because you know that you're always going to get good loot. You're going to get not always get better loot, but you're always going to at least get the chance of getting better loot, which
Yeah.
you get
I think in the first division it was kind of like hard to get loot, and also the side stuff is really boring.
Yeah, and when you got loot, it was kind of like you'd get maybe one box at a time, but when you do the control points, you get a whole room that has loot. But also, you can give once your people have taken it over, you can give your people like more
Supplies.
materials, and that'll
Yeah.
give you XP. And then also another side note, your side missions level up with you. So if you wait to do them, you could wait until you're max rank, and then all the loot from them will be max rank loot. So you're not wasting the side missions doing them early.
But you probably got to do a couple to catch up to the level.
You can do a couple of them, yeah. I mean, for me,
haven't-
yeah, for
oh,
me,
wait.
I found no need to do any side missions. I've only done all the control points, and then I just gather XP when I'm roaming around. You just run into random people.
yeah.
That's how I usually just gather XP.
That's how I do.
it.
Just when I'm on the way to a main mission running, I'll
Yeah.
kill whoever's there. I don't fast travel too much because I just get my XP on the way to the mission.
Yeah.
Because
That's true.
I don't want to try to go.
I
off
think
to
I've
the
been
side
fast
and do
traveling
that.
too much,
Hmm.
which I'm a little disappointed with the fast travel. I feel like it takes too long.
But you just go to your safe
But I think the
houses.
game is really good about not loading. I think the first load takes like a minute,
Yeah.
like a 30, 40 seconds. But then once you're in the actual game, I think there's not that many
No, it's good. It's good about that. It's not like, okay, now you're in the main mission. Now there's a huge.
Which I
loading
think is
screen.
like a big problem from like Anthem specifically.
Yeah.
I know this game is going to get direct comparisons with Anthem and does a lot of things better, but the main thing with Anthem that was really annoying when we played that beta was the loading in and out of your javelin like all the time, like, and then also when we get to the story things, there's a loading screen to get in there.
There's a loading screen to see your results at the end.
Yeah,
and all
so-
that.
so
But it
there's-
is, it's really nice because when you're going into missions in the Division, it's just a little menu pops up while you're running, and then you just run through it, and you're already on the mission.
Yeah.
Now, when you're matchmaking, do you like after the mission ends, do you like split up or?
You
Do
stay-
they stay in
Yeah,
your
you
home
stay with the
world?
team. So
Okay.
if you're matchmaking for a main mission, you all join each other. You do the main mission, and then after the main mission ends, you stay together. You can just do whatever you want. You're just like part of a party,
Okay.
kind of like Destiny. You're like part of a fire squad. Similar
Oh.
thing. You stay with the group until you want to leave. It's not like you matchmake, join them, and then as soon as the
There's
mission
no
ends, it
friendly
kicks you.
fire, right?
There's no friendly fire.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, there's no friendly fire
That's good. Blackout.
unless you're in the dark zone, but
I'm about to ask you, have you messed with the Dark Zone?
not yet.
Justin
but-
messed with the Dark Zone a
I
little
played
bit.
with it for a little bit, but I don't know. I haven't found nothing like that like better.
What I saw new is the conflict, which is like 4v4. Is that, I think,
PvP.
is
yeah.
that 4v4 PvP?
I don't know what it is, but I know it's PvP. And I also know
I think it is because I saw the conflict. I saw 4v4.
Yeah.
4v4, and you said PvP, so I think it is 4v4 PvP, which that does sound kind of interesting.
Yeah.
But I wonder what, like, is it going to be like they have
haven't played it yet.
specific maps? Like, yeah, I guess we got to play that to figure that out.
How they're gonna match the leveling too.
It's level 30.
Oh, you have to be level 30 to play it.
No. I'm saying the max level is 30. I thought you
No,
were
but I'm
saying.
saying like how like they're gonna match like if I'm level.
How it
11.
balances.
Yeah, I'm gonna be level 11 and then Mark's level like.
It's probably going to be like Destiny, where everybody's the same level. It's just like your weapons have their abilities.
Okay. Yeah.
That would make sense.
Yeah. Like they'll have like.
But we'll just have to play it to find out.
Yeah.
All right. Have you guys been playing anything else? I've just been playing more Assassin's Creed.
I've just been playing Division. I've just been trying to catch up on that, and that's about it.
So definitely this week we got to play together so we can talk about that. And also I want to get to the end game, which I've heard is very interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get to that.
But yeah, the only other thing I've been playing is Assassin's Creed, and that's an amazing game. That's all I
Yeah.
have to really say about that.
Yeah, for sure. So that's all I've been playing. I'll start out with the first story, which is a little bit of a fun one.
Oh shit!
So Sekiro Shadows Die Twice comes out tomorrow.
Oh shit!
We're all
excited for
super
that.
hyped about that.
I'm playing it at 12 o'clock tonight.
Yeah, he's got it pre-downloaded. Reviews all look really good for it. But
We got a what? 89 on Metacritic.
it's got an 89 on Metacritic right now.
IGN gave it a 9.5.
Yeah. IGN America. IGN Japan gave it an 80. Maybe they think it's racist. But it looks good.
I did read a little bit of it, and their complaints were that the enemies were kind of samey.
Yeah. But I don't know.
Maybe they relate too much to it.
Yeah. Maybe. He's...
But continue. What's the fun story about it with Sekiro Shadows Die Twice?
Oh god. Anyway, in celebration of it coming out, the Twitch streamer, his name is Happy Hob. He did and I think this is fucking wild. He did a no-hit run of the whole Souls series consecutively.
Holy
So
fuck!
and he's been trying to do this for a while. He's been trying to do this for a while, but he finally got it.
How long was the stream? He did it like
18 hours.
straight.
18 hours straight.
Dude, I get fucking tired at like
18 hours
I get tired
straight.
at the end of the day, and I can't even finish like a fucking team deathmatch in Call of Duty.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing,
How
though.
do you fucking play Souls for 18 hours
He
straight?
calls it the God Run, and he did it in order. He did Bloodborne, then Dark Souls 2, Demon Souls, then Dark Souls.
Damn, Demon Souls is hard as fuck.
Then Dark
the
Souls 3.
That's the PS3. Oh my god, that one's hard as fuck.
Wait.
I remember getting that.
Correction: Bloodborne, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 1, Demon Souls, then Dark Souls 3. Regardless,
Is that like the timeline for those games or something? No, I know Bloodborne's
That's not the
I know
timeline for those
Bloodborne's
games.
not connected, but I know Demon Souls and Dark Souls are.
that's the order that he did that.
Oh, okay.
The timeline for the games is Demon Souls, Dark Souls 1, 2, 3, Bloodborne. Bloodborne's separate, but like
Yeah.
of the Souls game. But yeah, so he did those in orders. He's been trying to do that for months, but that's crazy that he beat all of them without ever being touched
Jesus Christ.
in a row.
He must be good at games.
Yeah. And obviously right after he celebrated gave his dog a hug, gave his girlfriend a hug. He was very excited. But that's awesome.
That's crazy.
Um,
You got some more fun news for me before we jump into our main topics here?
Sure, we got another fun story. Nintendo story, a modded story. So not regular Nintendo, but Ocarina of Time Online
Ocarina of Time Online.
is a mod that a team of developers have been working on for some time now, and it's currently fully functioning in like a beta for two players.
Nintendo hasn't shut this down yet?
Nintendo hasn't shut it down or said anything about it. There's videos of it. There's a demo of it running. We'll put the link in the description so you guys can watch it. It's a 16-minute video. It's actually really cool. But right now it'll show like 2 people playing on one Hyrule. So it's like one storyline, but they're both interacting with characters. So like if one person goes to talk to his story part and progresses, in the other player's world, it will also progress. So it's essentially just multiple links in one world, and they're all interacting with stuff. It's 2 to 15 players, and it runs like perfectly right now.
Jesus.
And it looks really cool. So that's just a little fun story. It's not like out, you can't have it yet, but there is a video breaking it down, and that's just kind of a fun one. So I always thought like games like that being online would be really cool.
It's like
I always wanted the.
it's like an MMO. It's like
Yeah.
the first Zelda MMO.
I always want when we heard Elder Scrolls Online for the first time, I wanted it to be like a Skyrim Online, and this is what that.
Well,
kind
hopefully
of
this
sounds
just
like.
lays the groundwork for another battle royale game when we get Zelda battle royale. We just got 100 links drop out,
No.
and those little. It's perfect because fucking Breath of the Wild and brought the hang glider, so it's already.
Hopefully never. I hope Nintendo doesn't like fall into that. But
All right, let's jump into.
yeah, I'll show you 2 little fun stories, and I'll get into the meaty stuff.
Let's get into the big news. You no longer need any game consoles because Google's came here to save the day with Google Stadia. Stadia is also plural for stadium. If you did not watch the intro video for the whole Stadia presentation, they showed like the Coliseum and football stadiums and stuff like that. They're saying that humanity likes to play games, and Stadia is like the stadium is now wherever you go basically now. But so Google Stadia is going to be streaming games to anything that runs Chrome, is what they said. So I don't know what that means on the iOS because you can't run Steam on like you can't like log into Steam on your Apple device, but there is a Google Chrome app. So I don't know like if Stadia is going to be able to work on your iPhone, but Google Stadia it works on laptops, tablets, PCs obviously. I wonder though.
I don't see why you wouldn't be able to, but yeah, I don't see why you wouldn't be able to. The only thing is there's no Google Chrome apps for like obviously you're not going to be playing this on your PlayStation, but like I don't see why it wouldn't work on an iPhone.
Yeah.
But we just have to wait and see. Steam is different just because there's no Steam app.
Yeah, it's
but,
not streaming, it's different.
But
But so yeah, Google Stadia is a streaming service. Throughout the whole thing, they showed a bunch of cool features. The integration of YouTube, which Google owns YouTube, and the fact that if you're watching somebody stream a game, the idea, this is what they showed. I mean, in practice, this sounds really incredible. But if you watch a streamer play a game, they can pause, like they can send the link out to where they were in that game, and then you just click that link and you open up the game and you start right exactly where they were. So what I was thinking about a good example of this to like demonstrate, because Justin likes to watch single player games. Like he watched Resident Evil 2. So like as if he was watching Resident Evil 2, 2 hours in, he's like, oh shit, I actually kind of want to play this game. He just like hits something, boom, pulls up on this like browser, 5 seconds, Resident Evil 2, right exactly where he left off in that video.
But you have to own the game, correct?
That's what we don't know. There's no pricing. There's the only thing that they announced. They said more is coming in the summer,
yeah,
which can mean
has to
E3.
be. Hopefully.
But Google also has a big event. I think it's called Google I/O. Can you search that for me? Double check. But I think it's called Google I/O or something like that in May, which is a big Google thing. Yeah, Google I/O. So yeah, they got Google I/O, which is May 7th. So they could be announcing it then, which I think May 7th is considered summer technically.
Yeah.
So it should be releasing. It's releasing though in the summer in North America, Europe. In North America and Europe.
But you're saying it runs on Chrome, so is it a box?
No box.
It's just a service you pay for.
They specifically said that there's no console attached to this. I mean, they didn't really go into the details. It was kind of vague.
Yeah.
But what it's supposed to, it's just streaming service. So I'm
Yeah.
guessing it's like Netflix, where you just log into Netflix and then you have access to games.
Okay, then I have another question. So, if let's say I jumped into to wherever the video was or whatever, do I still get the trophies or trophies like inactive?
Well, I think that
for watching the
this is
video.
going to be something that is not going to be concerned with trophies.
That's also not the same thing. Yeah. So like, I mean, I know what you mean, but like, I mean, trophies, PlayStation, achievements, Xbox, Steam has achievements, but I bet you, if Google has something similar, it'll have its own name, and maybe so.
Okay.
Like if.
But I can also see them not having it because I don't
Yeah.
think that this is trying. I think this is trying to be as big as possible and have the least barriers of entry, and not having like.
Yeah.
They don't want to have trophies because then now it's going to be
Yeah,
like,
some
well, you could
people-
just watch a streamer and get a platinum.
Yeah, but some people play for trophies, so I was just
But
wondering.
then that's why you.
But no. But that's a good point he's making, because I was wondering about that too. You're saying Resident Evil 2, so like if he was to hop into that point in the game,
You can hop
Is
at the
he-
end of a super hard playthrough
Exactly.
and then get the gold trophy for beating it on hard.
well, that's fine. So then they'd have to find a way around that. But who is it all cloud? I mean, yeah, it's streaming, so it's all cloud saved. But are
They're
you?
probably gonna find a way. If you click that link, they're probably gonna like deactivate the trophies for like as long as you I guess play that.
I'm sure this is something they'll have to discuss more. It's something that
I can also see them just not having an achievement system.
yeah, that could
I can see
happen.
that. But people, yeah.
Even if that happened, though, you'd still have to have a way to describe how the save system works.
Yeah.
Or like how saving works, because you can't just jump into somebody's thing and be like, okay, now I'm at the end of the game. Now when I come back, also, I mean that's cool, but like, no, I mean I guess that's cool. I guess more features the better. But
I think also
it's a cool feature.
another thing that people have been bringing up, which is going to be helpful if we eventually do this too, is you stream games,
yeah,
like if you stream games on Twitch or whatever, and you're just streaming the game and not actually running it at your own house, it's going to make streaming easier.
yeah,
You're going to need lower and lower requirements because you're not actually having the capabilities of running the game
and recording and everything.
and recording it and all that stuff. So I think that's gonna help with streaming in that front, which they're tying it with YouTube gaming.
And more people are gonna be able to stream probably.
I think
because of that.
exactly.
Yeah.
They don't need all that.
It's gonna make the barrier to entry for just streaming games in general lower.
Streaming through your PlayStation like straight to YouTube is not very good.
Exactly.
I've done that, and it's just okay.
So Phil Harrison, Google head of Stadia, has been saying that you're going to roughly need about 30 megabits per second to get 4K 60. So he said for 1080p, he said it's going to be significantly less. Who knows how less? If you have a 10 megabit per second upload, I don't think this is going to be
That's
working for
download,
you.
not upload.
Is it
Probably, I would guess.
I'm pretty sure it would be upload and download.
Why? You're not uploading files, you're downloading a stream.
Oh yeah, never mind.
You're downloading a stream, so it'd probably be download, and also the reason why they're saying is because download is less than upload normally. But 30 megabits per second, so like if you're somebody who has medium to good internet, and we know that all of you are playing millions of hours of games, so y'all have great internet, you'll be fine. But for those people that are out there in like remote places in the world who don't have good internet, they'll probably have 1080. Did they say if it's going to be like 30 frames, or is it 1080 still 60 frames?
They just said 1080
They just
vaguely,
said
but I'm
1080.
pretty sure they mean 1080.
They
60.
probably mean 60, yeah.
1080 60. It depends on the game. If it's 30 frames in it.
Yeah, and some, yeah.
But also another interesting thing, they said that this Google Stadia is more powerful than PlayStation 4 Pro and Xbox One X combined. It has 10.7 teraflops, which I mean it's barely more than PS4 Pro and Xbox One X, but they want to just say that to like big dick. Look what we got.
Yeah.
But it's like
And they're Google, so they can.
they added it. I think they added up like the PS4 Pro is like 4 teraflops, and then the Xbox One X is like 6 point something teraflops, and it's like combined it's like 10.2 teraflops. So 10.7. I mean it's obviously way more powerful than each individual console, but not that much more combined. but it's still more combined technically when you look at
Yeah.
the numbers, which is impressive. And they said that this is going to be able to scale for the future. So they said that you're going to be able to get 8K
Whenever that happens.
8K whenever that happens.
And you won't have to keep upgrading.
And you want this is supposed to be something that grows and is built for the future. This is basically this is like the beginning of the next generation
Yeah.
Yeah.
happening right before us. But what I was concerned, and what most people seem to be concerned, is the lack of pricing. And this is where I did a bunch of research and I found a bunch of streaming services.
So they didn't say anything about pricing?
They said nothing about pricing.
So
Not
maybe
one.
at Google I/O, hopefully.
Maybe, hopefully at Google I/O or E3, they say, I mean, there's a nice spot open
For you, yeah.
on Monday night.
Oh yeah,
No PlayStation. No PlayStation.
Big Blue Dog is absent.
That's kind of sad for me, but so I have a bunch of streaming services, and the reason I have a bunch of streaming services is because in early January, in an earnings statement, an earnings statement for Netflix, they said that we compete with Fortnite more than HBO. So all these streaming services are fighting for your screen time. So if we look at most of these prices, HBO now is about $15 per month. Hulu is $12 per month, and then Hulu with live TV is $45 per month. Netflix is $16 per month. PlayStation Vue, which is like TV, ranges from $45 to $80 depending on your packaging. YouTube TV is $40 per month.
40?
$40 a month YouTube TV.
I continue now. I'm sorry to break
Yeah,
it.
that's expensive.
That's really expensive.
What
That's
do you
all.
even get with YouTube TV?
I think it's just regular TV. I don't know.
That's probably what it is. Because he said that, and I was thinking YouTube Red, but it's not YouTube.
No, it's
Red.
not YouTube Red. No.
I don't know.
And then obviously the most comparable ones are PlayStation Now, which is $20 per month,
Yeah.
which is pretty expensive. And it's if you want, you can buy a year package at $100, so that saves you a decent amount of change. And then you can get a 3-month, $45 per month. And then PlayStation Plus and Xbox Live are $10 per month, $25 for 3 months, and $60 for a year. And then Game Pass is $10 a month, $120 for the year.
Yeah.
And then we looked at these other streaming services. So a streaming service called Shadow, which ranges from $34.95 to $50 per month. So, with all that said, what do we think Google Stadia is going to be launching at? I think is going to be $50. It's going to be something expensive like that because unless you're buying the games a la carte, like you pick what you want, and it's
Yeah.
kind of like a Steam service where you just create an account and you pay $60 for that game, $60 for that. But the way they were showing it with what I was talking about, where like you pick up where streamers left off, it kind of just seems like Google Stadia, you buy in at $50 a month, and we have this library of games.
And if it's streaming, you just click in. It's okay. So it could be limited, but I'm also wondering how.
It's like Netflix.
But I'm wondering how vast they're planning on going.
I mean, they had on stage. They had Doom Eternal.
They did.
They had id Software.
And they had-
Ubisoft support.
they had new Doom Eternal gameplay, which I thought looked really good.
Yeah,
They're not gonna have exclusives.
they do have exclusives.
They would have
That's
exclusives.
what Jade Raymond.
No. I mean, like obviously, like PlayStation and Xbox exclusives. That's what I mean.
You don't think they're gonna have third-party exclusives?
I'm saying I don't think you'll be able to play like PlayStation exclusives.
Oh
on
no.
Stadia. That's what I'm saying.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
This is its own platform.
Yeah, it's just not a box.
So yeah, and then I was looking at some IGN posted these polls, and they were seeing of how much people were willing to pay. And there was like a poll. I looked at it when it first came out, so it might have changed when you look back at it now. But it was like 70% of the people are willing to pay $5 to $15 range. So they're willing to pay as much for Netflix.
Yeah, I would too.
And then they're not willing to pay that $50. And I think that is kind of. I think that's kind of what it has to be. You're
think
getting
that makes
4K
sense.
60. I mean, you're going to be paying $40 to $50 a month.
I think I would have. Yeah, it would have to run great. It would have to run as good as they say it does, and some extra on top for me to pay $50 a month.
I think it just has to have a big library, and I think that's what they do have. I think because people were uncoding, they released like this thing of logos,
Yeah,
but they didn't have them like all filled in, and they were encoding that one's like Red Dead, and then one's this game, one's that game. And I mean, if they have a good exclusives, okay. So look,
Yeah. 73%.
So we're looking at the IGN poll right now. The $5 to $15 per month is 73%.
3,446.
Yeah, and that's a pretty big vote. And then for $0 a month, it was 15%. And they should pay me to stream is 7%. And then the $50, which I think it's going to be $50 per month, is only at 3%.
Yeah.
And if you go down, I think there's a different poll. But we can talk more about that.
I definitely couldn't see myself paying over
That it?
20.
Yeah.
I couldn't see myself paying over 20 mostly because I'm not somebody that cares so much about the like 4K 60 frames. My $20 on PlayStation Now is fine for me. I
pay for now.
I do pay for Now.
Okay.
So
I don't pay for now because I think it's too expensive.
I pay for Now mostly because I think it's super convenient to play PS3 and PS2 games without buying them. And I think that's really nice. Because I play more games than what the $20 a month would be worth. My thing is I mostly play PlayStation almost all the time. That's what I'm playing. I would not want to... So, for example, like my Xbox subscription. My Xbox Live subscription is not like yearly all the time. It's sometimes. It's when I want to play Forza or when I want to play another Xbox game that's like just coming out. But my PlayStation subscriptions, my Plus and my Now are all the time. I wouldn't want to add a $50 monthly subscription if it wasn't something I know that was going to take up all of my time or like my primary amount of time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing with the Stadia is the convenience. You always have a laptop. I mean, I'm pretty sure if you have, I don't know about iPhones we talked about earlier, but I'm pretty sure if you have an Android phone, you're going to be able to stream this shit.
Yeah, that's true.
So you're going to be able to have games with you at all the times. And then also, I know a big concern for a lot of people is latency.
I think that would be I think more so than, and this is just a side note, but I think more so than anything, that would be a huge threat to Nintendo. If they're portable. If you're talking about it being able to stream on anything.
Especially from your phone.
Yeah.
Maybe Switch.
But Nintendo's different. You buy a Nintendo system for Nintendo games.
Yeah.
Well, true.
You buy it for Link, Mario,
I agree.
Smash.
Yeah.
But I still think portable.
portable.
I still think portable is a big thing for
Mario Strikers.
We're talking about for the people that don't buy that. Just
Yeah.
for the games, they buy it for portable. Like for...
But no, I mean obviously people are going to buy for software, which would lead on to another point, which is are like they going to have their own exclusives, and if they do, how good are they going to be?
And then also another side note, Phil Spencer, the head of Xbox, said that this is not a big deal. And it's a rumor that he said this. He didn't come out and say this, but it's heard that his reaction to Google Stadia, not that big of a deal. So what does that mean for Xbox?
He doesn't care.
No, that means that Xbox is going to have its own streaming service too, I think. Or going to have something
That means
similar.
that it either doesn't run great or their Xbox service runs better, and they're not worried about it.
Or maybe Game Pass is going
to be better.
to different platforms.
Maybe.
Maybe Game Pass is not just going to be... I mean, we already heard that Game Pass is coming to Switch.
Yeah, which is a big deal.
So if it comes to PCs, then like, what's Google Stadia going to do? That's $10 a month, and I can download the games. It might not be the newest and greatest games, but it's still cheaper. It's like Netflix. Like, you don't pay for Netflix to get the newest movies.
Yeah.
But people still pay for it. Just
But you pay for Netflix to get the Netflix shows and some old things that you may like. So you pay for Game Pass to get the Xbox games and some old games that you like, and it's a similar price. So I don't know where Stadia is coming at. I think for it to be competitive and actually,
it's going to lower the price.
it's gonna be like $20 at least.
It's got to be $20.
Like $20 at least. At least be on the same par as now. Because
25 would be
PlayStation
pushing
Now
it.
has over like 750 games, and it's $20 a month. They're not the hottest and newest titles. I think what Stadia is trying to bring is the hottest and newest titles, though.
Mm-hmm.
And if they do that, would people still pay $50 though? Like if they have like all like the new games and stuff.
I think that would be a good deal.
If they have all the
$50
new
a month?
Yeah, they have all
Okay,
the
but
new
if you're saying they have all... Okay, but
That's saying...
there's a caveat to when you say all new games. You're saying $50 a month. Them having a bunch of new games. What if you're not excited for anything that's coming out that month? You're not going to want to pay that $50 that month.
$50 a month, I just did the math, times 12 is $600 a month. A year. $600 a year to play games.
So do you spend $600 a year in games?
The only time... Excuse me.
I do, for sure.
We spent $600.
In games? Yes.
This year, how much have we spent? I got Resident Evil 2. That was 60.
I think I do. The only reason why I say I think I do is because I normally get a game a month, plus my subscriptions, plus my add-ons, plus my
Yeah, you have to
passes.
think all into it.
I'm pretty sure I spend more than 600. However, I'm not saying that. That's what I mean when if this came out and it was great, regardless of how much it was, it would be added onto my PlayStation stuff. I would be shocked if it made me
go from
close
PlayStation.
my PlayStation and just play this.
But I mean, the only real, I don't know, but they have
it's
talent. They got Jade
yeah.
Raymond. She's heading up a studio there. I believe Amy Heading is also on board with.
Yeah, she's also connected.
She's connected
Some
to Google
people from
Stadia.
Crystal Dynamics are also connected.
So they're poaching talent from these studios.
Yeah.
So they're not going to be making shitty games.
Yeah. That's just the thing. We'll just have to see what they come out with. Whenever they're NES pressing, you got to hear pricing, and we have to hear if they are developing their own stuff, what kind of stuff are they going to have.
But this is very interesting is that we know where Google Stadia is obviously going. We know where Microsoft is going.
Yeah.
That they're going to be they're looking like they're mostly going to be on a bunch of platforms and still have the Xbox box, but I think they're moving more away from actually being concerned with you buying the
Yeah.
console. But what is PlayStation doing?
I think
What is PlayStation's been very quiet. I'm
Nintendo hasn't
optimistic.
changed anything either, though.
But I don't want PlayStation to become Nintendo
I don't want. No, I'm saying I don't want.
because
I'm saying
I
Nintendo
understand when
hasn't said anything
Nintendo
about streaming,
and I don't think Nintendo will.
and that's fine.
I mean,
they'll-
their VR is fucking cardboard.
I think they'll sell fine.
It literally is cardboard. No disrespect. I have a Switch. I love the Switch games, but Nintendo's not on top of things, and their online service is lacking. It's NES games,
Yeah, it is.
and I mean
For
those
sure.
are great NES games, but like I feel like that should have been like NES, SNES,
They're
and at least
surviving.
N64 games.
They're surviving.
Having that, but yeah, they're definitely surviving. But what's PlayStation gonna do now with this streaming service? Are they gonna make? And also, what's interesting about this is because PlayStation is very quiet, but PlayStation Now is also playable on your laptops and PCs,
Yeah, I play it on my PC.
which is so weird because everybody's making a big deal about
Which is
Google Stadia.
fantastic.
I know, but everybody makes a big deal about Google Stadia, and also I believe that PlayStation Now is going to be getting better because I don't know if they have, but they're cutting off PlayStation 3 and PlayStation like TVs, and
Yeah,
remember where they're trying to get it on everything, and even
yeah.
the Vita,
And there was also the little PlayStation Go.
and then the little PlayStation TV.
Yeah,
They were trying to get the PlayStation Now to stream to the lowest common denominator. Now they're boosting it up to PlayStation 4 being the lowest common denominator. And then it's obviously going to be working on PS5. So I think PlayStation Now is going to get better. Hopefully it can compete with Stadia.
We'll see.
my thing is I don't care what's going on as long as I can own / download my own games.
But here's the thing is that that's another thing that people I feel like would probably be concerned is the ownership of games. But we're all buying games digitally right now. We don't own those games. The
Yeah, we do.
PlayStation sure shits itself. We don't.
We have them downloaded at least.
If you don't have them downloaded, you're fucked.
If you don't have them downloaded, then you don't have it until PlayStation is back up and running and you get your licenses.
But what I'm
again.
saying is like if PlayStation gets hacked by an anonymous fucking DDoS attack.
What I'm saying is if you don't subscribe to PlayStation anymore, you still have all of those games. That's what I'm mainly talking about.
You have the games that you have downloaded.
Or that you own. Just if
If you own them on disc, yeah.
No, I'm talking about games I download. I'm saying if I stop subscribing to PlayStation Plus, whatever, or whatever their services that they're going to give you, I still own all the games that I bought. I don't want to play all these games on Stadia, and then just as soon as my subscription ends, everything just disappears.
But what I'm saying is they're eventually going to shut off the PlayStation 3 servers.
Yeah, okay.
All those PlayStation 3 games that you brought, you can no longer play them unless you have them downloaded on the PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
That's eventually going to happen with PlayStation 4. Hopefully, PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 are more fluid like Xbox is with Xbox 360 and Xbox One.
Places get play those games on computers.
But you have to rebuy them. What I'm saying is that we don't really own the games. It's kind of like you're paying for permission to play them.
That's why
Yeah.
Just go to PC.
No, we're never going to
I think
PC.
for right now,
I was fighting for half an hour today getting my mouse to work. I'm not
for
going
right
to
now,
PC.
yeah. I mean, for right now, they have to talk a lot more about it. I'm not like shitting my pants yet.
You're not convinced
yeah.
about Google Stadia?
I'm not.
You're not a believer?
I'm not. For right now, I'll stick with what I know to be true because sales pitches aren't. They could be advertising it as something wild, but then it could come out and not be what they're saying it is.
That's true.
Which happens all the time. So,
Also, another thing to mention about the controller, which I know people would be concerned about latency. to combat that, the Stadia controller connects directly to Wi-Fi,
Okay.
so that it's running on the same Wi-Fi, so that it takes away some of the latency.
Okay.
Also, the Stadia controller looks like
also,
a mashup of the
That's a good point
360 PS4 controller.
that I didn't even think about with downloading games. Is I don't want my internet to go down, and now I can't play anything anymore.
Oh yeah,
That's true.
It is streaming.
I don't know why I didn't think about that, but that's a big one.
That's true.
But maybe
If you wanna play your single player game.
No, but it's
It's
That's
not
well,
no,
maybe,
you're
yeah, you
streaming
can
the
get rid of
games.
your
You're not downloading them.
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. So there's like no offline mode that you can have.
Currently, no. I mean, unless that was something that they talked about as a side feature, but yeah, no, that's streaming. Yeah, streaming's not anything. I think streaming is the kind of thing with this Google Stadia. No matter what they say, it'll come out. I know I won't be a first adopter. People can enjoy it, and once I hear about it, if it's like the fucking next level greatest thing, then I'd probably hop on it. But it's not something that I'm like, oh man, this is what I need. Because the only thing that I care about is first party software. If they have their own exclusive games that look great, then I'll invest in it.
That's really what I think it needs to.
That's the only thing that really
That's the only thing that I think really can convince me, because as much as I love the portability of being able to play my games wherever I go with my laptop, phone, or whatever it be, I still am tied into the PlayStation ecosystem. I have thousands of dollars invested in the PlayStation ecosystem. I got trophies. I know a lot of people don't care, but also a lot of people do care.
Yep.
But that's like the hardest of core that care about trophies. But that's a big part of that's what sells your console in the beginning, is the hardcore that care about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
So
a
I know
lifetime
that the
commitment.
mainstream gamer might not care about that type of ecosystem. We obviously saw that because a bunch of 360 gamers went to PlayStation.
Yeah.
So they can leave.
You go
but
where your friends go.
You
A
go-
lot of people do.
That's true. You also go where your friends go. So PlayStation being the number one console hopefully carries over in the next generation. But
Yeah.
it's enough on the next generation. Google Stadia. This will all be happening in the future. Hopefully it motivates PlayStation to do something great.
Or
But
just say something special. I mean, they keep going on with what they're doing,
they already do something special, being the greatest gaming company of all time.
and we know more greatness awaits. But
PlayStation.
yeah, so that's all exciting and coming up. But back to not streaming, regular stuff. Switching over from Google over to Nintendo. Nintendo had their Nindies showcase on Wednesday. It's a little 25-minute stream. It's kind of like a Nintendo Direct, but they highlight some of the games coming to the console over the course of this year from their indie developers. And there's 16 games that they talked about. Some of them look really great. Some of them look interesting. A lot of them I haven't heard about prior to. But they did my favorite thing that any company can do when they announce stuff. They announce stuff that's out today. So
they did. I did not.
They did.
Oh, they did. I did not know this.
So, of the games, the stream was on Wednesday. 2 games came out on Wednesday along with the stream. Nuclear Throne and Blastmaster 02. Blastmaster 02, at least out of those 2, is the one that I thought looked much more interesting. Kind of looks like a Metroidvania style game with a lot of bosses, a really cool art style.
Sunsoft.
Yeah.
Oh,
So it looks like a super cool game.
it's kind of. Oh,
Yeah. Also,
This
you
looks
guys are wondering
interesting.
why we're like, what's going on? It's 'cause
yeah. We're watching the
looking- yeah.
gameplay of this
We
already.
just got pulled it up here, and we're looking at some of that. So that looks really good. And also, the thing I like about the showcase is that they talk a little bit about the game, and they have some trailers, but it's not just like, oh, here's an announcement and a little snippet.
This looks really awesome, by the way.
Yeah, that game looks awesome. That's what I'm saying. So like I saw it, it's
This is out today. You said?
yeah, that's out today. Also,
That shit.
if we're talking, well, out yesterday because this was
Out yesterday,
This was Wednesday,
sorry.
but
How much is this?
this is $9.99.
$9.99. Oh, I might have to get this.
Yeah, this is $9.99. Also, for those of you out there who might look at this the same way we did and be like, oh shit, what is this? Nintendo is having an indie sale on their store this week.
Oh,
So they have this indie showcase. So if you want to pick up the first one, it's on sale. Or if you want to pick up some of their other indie titles, those are on sale as well. So you can go onto the Nintendo
So
eShop.
what other things jumped off the page for you? There's definitely one thing that jumped off the page for me, which is the biggest one out of all these games.
Okay, so yes, there's a lot of stuff. I'm just kind of going in sequential order. So we got those 2 that came out. Coming up in April, we've got we've got Katana Zero, we've got Super Crate Box, and then the one that probably jumped out to him and jumped out to me too, because we never played it, but I always heard it was great, Cuphead.
Hell fucking yes.
So
This is
Cuphead-
exactly where
yeah.
Cuphead should have launched.
I agree. Yeah, so Cuphead's out on the Switch on April 18th. That's super exciting because the game always looked amazing. I've never played it, but I've always been excited to. So now
My only issue is
I have my
with
Switch with me
Cuphead
at all times.
is that this is a platformer, and I do love platformers. I'm a Nintendo kid through and through. Was raised on Mario. The Switch D-pad sucks. The Switch D-pad is fucking terrible.
You might be able to use your analog before you like.
I know, but
fucking
I hate using analogs.
go
on
to like
platforms.
Nintendo's headquarters, like Blazing. You can calm down. There's an analog stick.
No, you don't play platforms with an analog if you're a true gamer.
All right, that's true.
But yeah, the Switch D-pad is not good. The Pro Controller Switch D-pad is not that bad, but the placing of it where it is kind of uncomfortable. I wish it was more like the PlayStation D-pad. But there is, if you are concerned, like I am concerned about this, there is a Switch controller you can get, which is a SNES controller that just has analog sticks. So you can have that nice little D-pad that would just basically solve this problem. I haven't bought that yet, but I might have to buy it if I'm going to be playing hours of Cuphead, which...
Isn't Cuphead like a rage game?
It's just
Isn't it
hard. It's really hard.
Yes, it
it's
is
also
very
2
hard.
players, so we'll be playing it.
Oh.
But
carrying mark.
yeah, that's super exciting. So we've got that stuff coming up in April. Coming in May, we've got Darkwood, My Friend Pedro, and My Friend Pedro also looks really cool. My Friend Pedro is about
Oh, shit.
a guy with his friend.
This looks like Limbo.
His friendly banana. It's a 2D shooter that has a lot of focus on like kind of like physics and like the objects that you hit. You can kick your way through enemies, slide over things, do a lot of jumps, flips, dual wielding. I think that looks pretty cool.
Oh, wow.
The other stuff that they have that they announced for like summertime is Swim Sanity, Blood Roots, Creature in the Well, and I'm just kind of going through these because some of these games look interesting, some of them look like whatever. You can go ahead and look at them if you want. We'll put a list of all the games in the description, but for spring, probably the last one that's like a big one, the one that kind of ended their showcase, but I wanted to do them in order. It's called Cadence of Hyrule. So it's the people who made Crypt of the Necrodancer, which is a rhythm-based RPG. I mean, maybe not RPG, but it's a rhythm-based like dungeon crawler. So they're working with Nintendo and they're making a game that's Zelda themed, but it's in the same style of Crypt of the Necrodancer. So it's like the enemies will attack to the beat of the song that's playing on that stage, and like you have to move and attack to the beat, so you're limited by that. It's a really interesting play style. And Crypt of the Necrodancer is also part of that sale for the Nintendo eShop.
Is this when is this out, you said? Summer?
This is coming up. It just says this spring.
This
This doesn't have
this
a date.
is soon.
This is soon. All of these are within the year. Every game that they had was within the year. This one just says this spring.
Cadence of Hyrule. That's a great name.
Yeah, Cadence of Hyrule. In the summertime, though, 2 ones that I thought I wanted to like shout out specifically that I thought looked really cool. Double Fine's game, Rad. So
I've been hearing about Rad.
Tim Schafer and Double Fine Studios. That one's summertime. Doesn't have a release window other than that.
Is this the roguelike?
I don't think so. What do you mean roguelike?
Like has procedurally generated levels.
Maybe.
I believe that. I think I saw an article saying that this is the roguelike for everyone. But yeah, continue about Rad.
Yeah, so Rad is
Ooh, I like this.
based on the gameplay at least. It's in a post-apocalyptic world, and
It's kind of like Bastion. The over the top camera angle.
it's an over-the-top camera angle. It's like a kind of like a hack and slash, and you are basically when you're running around, you're like kind of making the world more flowery and putting it back to life, but also at the same
Making it
time
rad.
through the power of like radioactive. So you get mutations. Your limbs and body gets different abilities throughout the game, and you can do different things based on how your body is mutated. So that's going to be a big part of it. It looks cool. There's not a whole lot about it other than this gameplay snippet they have. That's coming this summer. Also this summer, I guess a bigger title only because of the title. Personally, I didn't think this looked good.
Stranger
at
Things
all.
3.
Stranger Things 3.
Yeah.
Comes out the same day as season 3, so that'll be out on July 4th. Just a side note, the season 3 trailer looks awesome.
You're a Stranger Things guy.
I like
Stranger-
Stranger Things season 1. I don't like season 2, but this
Season
season,
one's way better than
yeah, season
You
1.
seen Stranger Things as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
so-
Around here, we think the season 1's better than season 2, but the season 3 trailer was great. But the game that they just have for it
Available July 4th.
is
Go
available
America.
on the same day as the season 3, and it looks whatever, just like a little tie-in. But and then in the fall, there's the Red Lantern, Overland, and then just coming out sometime later this year
Click the indie sales.
is no, I think that's all of them. Yeah, so Overland and Red Lantern would be the ones that are coming in the fall. So just before the end of the year. That's pretty much everything that was on the Indie Showcase. Highlights for me would be Cuphead, Blastmaster 02. Even though I didn't play the first one, but the second one looked good enough that I want to go back and play the first one. And then Rad looks cool, and Cadence of Hyrule looks cool too.
Yeah, definitely Cuphead and Cadence of Hyrule are going to be purchases. 'Cause
Yeah,
I've been looking for something to play on my Switch.
yeah.
Because the last big release has been Yoshi's Woolly World, technically the last first party.
The last big one.
But real big one I think has been Smash.
I think the last real big one is Tetris 99.
Oh my, have you been playing that?
Oh wait, yeah. Earlier I was like, "Oh, Battle Royale not coming to Nintendo. That's Battle Royale, baby."
I know, but I'm saying,
Tetris 99. You can't shave.
wait,
the
but
box,
have you been playing that?
No, I haven't played it, but I know it's Battle Royale.
God damn it, you act like you were so
I'm
excited
talking
like
through
you
my
played
ass.
it.
Well, it comes to Nintendo Online,
I know.
so you have it. So you want to fuck around and get slapped after this weekend?
No, we're not playing Tetris 99.
All right, well,
He doesn't want to get slapped.
he doesn't want to get slapped. I was just mentioning the biggest release.
We
of
can just
Nintendo
we
this
can
year.
put Smash on and then we'll see who gets slapped, alright?
Probably you.
No.
So that's everything that was in the Indie Showcase. Xbox Game Pass, just a little side note for just in time for March, they added 6 new games. They added Vampire, What Remains of Edith Finch, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, Deus Ex Mankind Divided, The Walking Dead Michonne, and Operencia The Stolen Sun. So if you're an Xbox Games Pass subscriber, those 6 games will be coming to you before March is over. We really liked, I liked What Remains of Edith Finch a lot, and we liked Deus Ex a lot too. Have not played Vampire, and The Walking Dead Michonne is pretty good too. Other stuff though, I guess just coming up next Tuesday, for all those people that play Call of Duty out there.
Hell yeah, let's go Zombies community.
I saw that.
Ancient Evil is going to come out, the new Zombies map it's the last Chaos map in the season, and they're actually putting trailers out for it. A gameplay trailer came out today.
Chaos is the original lineup, right?
No, Chaos is the new lineup. So Scarlet, Diego, Bruno,
Oh.
and Shaw. Ether is the classic. Those will be the other 2 maps of this current season.
Okay.
But the gameplay looks really good.
So is Nuketown not coming with this? I mean, we've been
Nuketown is
hearing a
not
bunch of
coming with
Nuketown
this.
rumors. I mean,
yeah, so Nuketowns was a leak by the guy who worked for Treyarch, but no, that's not coming right now. That may be later down the line, but right now it's just Ancient Evil, 1 map. You get it with the Black Ops Pass. Comes out on the 26th for PS4, and then a week later for PC and Xbox.
anything stand out to you in the trailer? I haven't seen the trailer.
The only thing that stands out to me in the trailer is that it takes place in Delphi, Greece, but I think it does so 9 with all the Greek, like the Temple of Ra and all the trials and stuff. I think this one looks like it really dives more into the Greek stuff.
Okay.
Because Voyage of Despair, the only thing that was Greek about that was like the perk machines.
Yeah.
To me,
But yeah.
Same thing with Dead of the Night, which is weird because that's the whole storyline that they're going for, and the only thing Greek about it was the perk machine. So this looks good because it's in Greece. The creatures are Greek. Apollo is in it.
Oh, that's dope. Is Cassandra in it?
Cassandra is on it. It's on his fucking Assassin's Creed horn. But yeah, that looks good. I'm excited for that to come out. Also next week on the 28th, the Mortal Kombat 11 beta starts, the closed beta for all of you that have pre-ordered it. But yeah, that's everything that's out next week.
You got any other news for me?
Little news, little side stuff for anyone out there who enjoys comic books. today actually it came out. Marvel's Spider-Man: City at War, issue 1. So this is a comic book that's tied into the game.
Ooh.
So it's tied into the game. Yeah, it's tied.
I heard about this. I didn't know when it was coming out though.
Yeah, it came out today. It's tied into Marvel Spider-Man, the PS4 exclusive. It pretty much tells the same story, but there's going to be parts in it that were like left out of the game, basically.
Okay, so it's going to
So,
dive
like-
more into the story.
Exactly. So the first, it's issue 1 out of 6. So there'll be 6 issues. You can get them hard copy or you can get them digital. There's also a bunch of different variants. So I think there's like 5 or 6 different covers that you can get for this one issue. So you can choose upon yourself which one you think looks good. There's some really cool ones. One of them has Black Cat on it. Obviously, a bunch of them just have Spider-Man in his traditional PS4 suit on it.
The traditional PS4 suit.
The traditional PS4 suit.
The white spider.
Yeah, so...
The traditional 6-month-old PS4 suit.
yeah.
But
But that
speaking
looks
about
cool.
this comic book, I'm guessing Insomniac worked with it?
Insomniac is part of it, yes.
Insomniac is
yeah.
part of this? Okay.
Yeah, so it's through and through it's Marvel's Spider-Man City at War.
Okay, that's nice.
So yeah,
That's
when
interesting.
you look at it in the description, it's tied in with an Insomniac games. They're so inspired by the games and the story they told that they want to have an actual comic book adaptation for it. So there'll be 6 issues. I'm guessing they'll just kind of run over the story of the game, and there'll be some side stuff in there. I don't know what side stuff will be in there, but if you're out there and you like comic books, that's something to look at, especially if you like the Spider-Man game. Or maybe you missed out on the Spider-Man game and you just
If
like
you missed out on the
comics.
Spider-Man game, it's a great game.
Fantastic game.
It's also, I think, $35 right now.
It's cheap.
It's very cheap. And then speaking about that, right now on Xbox and PlayStation, they got huge sales going on. Xbox's sales, I think, is called the Critical Choice Awards or Critical
And
Game.
PlayStation still got the great indoors.
I'm about to say the Great Indoors.
Also, side note, because for some reason Joey T didn't shout out his own Spider-Man PlayStation 4 Pro, which is sexy.
I didn't want to brag, but I got a PlayStation 4 Pro, and it has the Spider-Man logo on it, and it is
Yeah.
sexy as fuck.
I
And
like the controller.
the best thing about
Yeah.
the best thing about it is definitely the controller, which is amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, Spider-Man's a great game. The DLC is good. If you haven't played it yet, you definitely should play it. I mean, there's 10 million copies sold, so I'm pretty sure most people have played it.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, is that it? Oh, is that all we got for news today?
Yeah. That's pretty much it. That would sum it up. We've got the Nindies Showcase, Google's Stadia, and then just a little side fun stuff for you. So we'll put some of those links in the description if you want to take a look at them. You can support us on our Patreon. That link will also be in the description. You can follow us on our Twitter. And obviously you can subscribe to the channel if you want to get updated with these episodes as soon as they come out. And you can talk with us about what you've been playing. Talk in the comments. We'll look at
Drop
them.
those comments. And then also for the social media, for Twitter, it is _HUD_gaming.
Yeah, and HUD is all capital, but like that, just like our Patreon, we'll have all of that linked in the description if you want to follow us over there.
And then Patreon is also patreon.com/thehudgaming. SoundCloud is also SoundCloud/thehudgaming.
Yeah, so
Support us on all those fronts. We will be getting the podcast up to iTunes as soon as we start publishing more episodes.
yeah,
So you can find us there soon. But for right now, you can find us on YouTube, and you can find us on SoundCloud.
yeah, and that's a wrap on episode 1.
That's it. Go play some Sekiro.
Yeah, go play some Sekiro.